Hey everybody, I'm Joe Dog. Lewis Lee is on assignment tonight. Yeah, Lewis is on assignment, so we're just going to jump straight into the show. Bring up Skunk. Hey Skunk, how you doing tonight?
All right.
All right, okay. And
I'm
then
sorry.
Heather.
I'm just in the middle of doing something, so
Okay. Sorry about.
I'm
I caught
distracted.
you off. I caught you off guard coming early. All right, and then we got there's Dan Hollifield. Hey Dan.
Hey,
And our other guy, John Scarborough.
Other guy. Okay.
Yeah, the other guy,
The other
John, our other news correspondent. And yeah, Lewis's assignment came up rather abruptly, and we didn't have time to do any.
Actually, didn't he mention it last Saturday?
No, that was Saturday. That he wasn't going to be able to do Saturday.
Oh.
And then this one. And Carlin says, "Hey, Joe Dog," and then Carl Wutzman says, "Good evening."
now does that make Lewis and John the News Brothers?
Yep.
That's a bad joke.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, my specialty.
And I wasn't ready. You need to give me some warning in the private chat. Hey, get the rim shot ready.
Oh yeah, like that's how jokes work. Hey, let's program this into the computer and get all the variables straight before we actually tell the joke. Yeah.
Well, just give me a warning. Hey, we may need a rim shot, so I could be ready for it.
The show's name is Stupid O'Clock. You literally need like a big red button off to the side for rim shots. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, of course, Alexa, give me $1 million.
I seem to have misplaced my wallet.
Well,
Story of my life. Oh.
Carlin says she's grown. Carl Wutzman has started on the whiskey after that joke.
Yep,
And
I had that
Carly
effect on
grabbed the
everybody.
fireball.
Fireball.
So, has everybody had a good week so far?
Got rained on most of it.
Yeah.
I don't know yet.
Well, Heather and I have had a good week. We've seen 2 static fires out of the rocket ship down in Boca Chica, Texas. And right now we're expecting something else to possibly happen. So we're sitting on the standby for that. It may be a little distracting to Heather because she's actually monitoring the audio. So what are they saying? They just don't know?
They just don't know. They've clicked it down to detanking, but it's obviously not detanking.
Yeah.
Because we've not seen those big vents just...
Yeah.
Because it normally does it again when it detanks.
So it's like rocket NASCAR.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
It keeps spewing stuff out of it.
Well, at least it's not the melty stuff that was spewing earlier tonight.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Carl says we're prepared just in case it goes.
Talk about flashbacks.
Yeah. Yeah, John, the engine fired.
Heather told, but go ahead and say it's for the audience.
And it was the stream that we were monitoring and sharing for everybody was saying, this is just a wet dress rehearsal. We're not going to see anything happen, all that. All of a sudden, one of them goes, Mary's reporting the siren just went off. And they're like, what? No.
Hey, Joe,
Yeah.
simplify that for the audience. Just
the siren? It was
the whole you use the term wet dress.
Wet dress is where they load everything up with propellant, take it all the way to the point of light the engine, and then start pumping detank, which means pump everything out of the tanks. And all of a sudden, sorry, I got the microphone in a new position tonight, and it's good for audio, but these Italian hands get in the way. All of a sudden, they get the warning that they're fixing to light the engines. Well, actually, it's not a warning of light the engines. It's a warning of a potential overpressure event.
Yes.
Or a rapid unplanned disassembly.
Yeah.
Yes. No.
Well, the countdown went just like normal and all that, and there's an it's just wet dress. Then we saw this unusual venting from the bottom of the rocket, and we're going, "That's new. Well, that must be what they're planning on doing." Yeah, that looks like what they're planning on doing. Yeah. Then all of a sudden, we got flames, and we're like, "Whoa, they did it! Yay!" Then everything shut down, and then we started seeing fire drip, look like molten metal dripping out the bottom of it. And we're like, oh no. And Carl Witzman tuned in about that time and goes, I just tuned in and I see a look of panic.
Because we were like, no.
No.
We're not going to have a repeat of this.
No. Because it would have looked real good in the dark.
Yeah, this if all their tests go well, this one's supposed to fly sometime in the near future.
Sometime next week.
And they're supposed to put 4 astronauts into space on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And, not with this rocket.
No. New rocket sitting on the pad at 39A on legendary.
Right next to the ULA Delta 4.
That's still
monument.
Monument. Yeah.
Yeah, the ULA Delta 4 monument.
Yeah. Carl Witzman says it did not look good, and he was expecting a bad thing. Carl, could you tell from my face that what?
Okay, Austin Bernard tweeted Starship was leaking what appeared to be molten metal. The vehicle is still, however, standing. Thankfully, it did not rud. Elon, what is the condition of SN8? Elon replied, we lost vehicle pneumatics. Reason unknown at present. Liquid oxygen header tank pressure is rising. Hopefully triggers burst disc to relieve pressure. Otherwise, it's going to pop the cork.
Oh, shit.
That's not fun.
We might lose SN8 tonight.
So that's why it wasn't venting. The pneumatics has gone out.
No air pressure, nothing to move the valves.
Oh, wonderful.
Mary needs to get out of there right now.
No, she's far enough away.
Yeah, she's 1.5 miles away.
Yeah.
She was okay when 4 rutted.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
I think Carly tried to type crap, but the fingers.
Because I heard him say that Elon tweeted, so I went and grabbed my.
Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let me go. Yeah, stupid o'clock's changing sort of things here. No, don't do it on that one, dumbass.
Don't hit end broadcast.
Oh, let me get the.
I wouldn't worry about it. I'd just leave it.
All right. I'm gonna. Yeah, I've got. Oh, there's an actual another tweet in behind that. What?
Yes, Carlin.
Is Carlin?
I'm watching not only us, but I'm watching a few seconds delay on the bigger screen where I can see the chat room.
All right, I'm getting that. Where did I just upload that to? Okay. Nothing I hate more than downloading something. Oh man, Everyday Astronaut just said tune into at NASA Spaceflight or at Lab Padre. There could be something spicy and bad unfolding on SN8 right now.
Well,
it may get ugly.
Let us hope not.
Facebook user says, "Hey, Rutro may be bouncing in and out." So
that's Carlin.
Oh, that's Carlin. Okay, Carlin. I don't know why it's not posting up your name.
Well, it is on the second screen, but it's not on this screen. So
yeah. Let me go ahead and get that loaded in.
Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to hijack the stream.
Well, hey, it's breaking news.
We didn't have Lewis here tonight, so we need some breaking news.
Yeah.
Well, let's not break it too hard.
Oh, I think this is going to break hard.
I don't want it to.
No, we got
I don't want it to either. There's too much going on. There's too much involved in this.
And I love the nickname it's got.
What?
Snake.
Hey, Heather, you need to do the prayer to Saint Ivanova. No boom today, boom tomorrow. Always a boom tomorrow.
No, it's the shepherd's prayer. Do you know
Please,
what shepherd's
God,
prayer?
don't let us screw this up.
They changed the timeline after Static Fire.
Yeah.
It says nose cone might pop.
Let me go ahead and pull down this comment. This is the comment. What Heather just said. Starship was leaking, appeared to what be molten metal. Elon, what's the condition of SN8? We lost vehicle pneumatics. Reason unknown. Liquid oxygen header pressure is rising. Hopefully triggers burst disc to relieve pressure. Otherwise, it's going to pop the cork. And then Everyday Astronaut just added, good thing SN9's just around the corner. Hopefully it vents. What was the attempt tonight? 1, 2, or 3 engine static fire. So go ahead and pull that back down.
And pull up Carl's comment there.
What'd Carl say?
There. No. Oh, yeah.
When news breaks, we're here with the duct tape.
That's a very good one right there.
I like that. Of course, I used to work with Heather. You know who the Stringers are, don't you?
Yep.
And Dan, you may know who Susan and Jeff Stringer are. They do the costumes, mainly known for costumes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to work haunted houses with them. Do you know what my costume usually was? Whatever t-shirt I had on, blue jeans, and a tool belt.
That works.
Because I was usually the one fixing crap every time. Carlin, who is Everyday Astronaut, or do we know? Everyday Astronaut is Tim Dodd on YouTube. He does a lot of rocket stuff. You may want to check out his channel on YouTube. He's very informative about all the SpaceX stuff. He actually did an hour video on just what is the Raptor engine. But Heather, if you could just sort of keep an eye on what's going on. and let's start rolling into our regular stupid o'clock stuff.
Oh yeah, go for it. I'm listening. I'm participating.
Okay. Skunk, get Skunk in here. Did you get your project straightened out?
Yeah, I'm done.
You're done. Okay.
I'm done with it. I was trying to finish it before the show. I did.
Oh,
Well, I finished
is it the new after show stuff?
No, that
Oh,
was already
okay.
done. I just had to
Oh,
upload.
okay.
No,
Oh, okay.
there's a friend of mine, this young wrestler named Billy Starks, posted a kind of a art challenge thing, which was it was kind of cool. Basically, she wants to get new gear made for her wrestling stuff, and
Okay.
so she posted a template. And she was like, put art on this, and she'll pick a winner in like December, and then whoever wins, they get like free stuff from her, and then she goes and gets the gear made and wears it in the ring. And so
Cool.
I just whipped something together based off of like VHS tapes because I like VHS tapes, and I think that they got a cool aesthetic, and I think I sent it to her and she liked it. So
All right.
probably won't win. Honestly, don't want to win. Really, I mean, I just wanted to participate. That is what I'm getting out of it is participation. So, fun times.
And we just got a like from a wonderful, beautiful lady named Linda Bolzio.
Linda!
Welcome to Stupid O'Clock, Linda. We're glad you're here. Wow. Yeah, we popped up on, we got, and one of the great things about about the StreamYard, if you mouse over the little members that we're watching, or the people that are watching, it tells you what channel they're coming from. We got 1 from our Facebook page and 3 over in YouTube. So welcome to our YouTube users.
Well, one of them is Carl, and one of them is Carly. So I don't know who the third person is.
Yeah,
it's not me.
Yeah,
not me.
Would so YouTube comments show up on the?
YouTube. Yeah.
Okay,
but they show up at the YouTube icon.
Yeah. Yeah. See, Carl, that's a YouTube, and then.
Oh, okay. I'm not getting that on the the other screen.
Yeah, you don't get
his name. You're getting a Facebook user, and
yeah,
you're getting the YouTube.
I'll be back.
Oh, okay.
I gotta take a dog out.
Oh, okay.
Heather Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Try not to teach him any new tricks.
Have you heard about the new campaign that's going around to get LeVar Burton?
That's the new host of Jeopardy?
To be the new host of Jeopardy.
I saw that, and I thought that was weird, but why not? He's not doing anything else right now.
Well, he's doing the reading. Was it Reading Rainbow?
Yeah, you're right. He's doing Reading Rainbow. I forgot he was doing that Reading Rainbow thing, which is that would be bad, actually, because I would want him to more. I would want more for him to concentrate full 100% hardcore on Reading Rainbow, because that was an important show when I was growing up. I truly, I probably would have been a big reader anyway, but I also believe that show really reinforced like, hey, reading is important and you should do it, and it's fun.
It pushed you to it.
Yeah, and Jeopardy is basically Reading Rainbow for adults.
Actually, LeVar's talent should be really pushed towards the reading and promoting the reading. You know who I'd like to see replace Alex Trebek? Ben Stein.
No.
Beautiful.
That would be rather dry. I mean, he's got the brain power for it, but his delivery is not.
I'd like to see.
Well, no. Hold up. Both of you are wrong, and let me explain why. Joe, okay, Ben Stein already had his own game show. It was called Win Ben Stein's Money. It was on Comedy Central, and it ruled, right? Okay, and both of you again are wrong. When he hosted Win Ben Stein's Money, he wasn't dry at all. He was quite jovial and hilarious. He was only dry in that one role. And he's only dry when he does those acting roles where they're like, do the Bueller thing again, because he did it in that movie. Okay. Yeah. No, he's actually kind of, but I don't want him on the show. I don't want him on Jeopardy because, right, I don't feel like he's the right fit for like replacing Alex Trebek on a moral level.
Really?
How would you feel about Stephen Fry?
Stephen Fry would be good.
That might work. Again, Alex Trebek was somebody who you couldn't point at Alex Trebek and be like, that guy has skeletons in his closet. You couldn't do that. He was too squeaky clean of a dude that you didn't, Wait
a minute. I got one, and I thought about this, and it's like the first thing that popped in my mind with Alex Trebek was Barack Obama.
Well,
he's not doing anything right now. I think he's been out of work for almost 4 years, actually.
Here's the thing about Ben Stein and Stephen Fry. Both Ben Stein and Stephen Fry are like way too hardcore in either direction politically. I mean, Stephen Fry is an extreme liberal. Ben Stein's an extreme conservative. Either one of those guys would be polarizing to have on Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Right.
Now I'm gonna tell you who they've said. Who the first name that popped up, and when I heard it, I went no.
Okay.
Ryan Seacrest.
Oh hell no.
If you want my personal opinion on who I think should get that role, who should be the new host of Jeopardy, well, let's face it, technically he already was the host of Jeopardy, and he did an amazing job hosting several episodes of Celebrity Jeopardy on Saturday Night Live. Will Ferrell. I think Will Ferrell would do an amazing job on that show. And for everybody who hates Will Ferrell, it would keep him out of movies for a very long time.
That's one reason why I don't have a really high opinion of Mr.
No,
Ferrell.
actually, I think Will Ferrell would do a pretty good job of it.
He does an amazing Alex Trebek, so I think he would do pretty good on that role.
And strangely enough, one of the reasons I think that Alex Trebek would do a really good job on, or not Alex, Will Ferrell would do a really good job on Jeopardy. Drew Carey took over on The Price is Right. What's the other guy that was on Who's Line in it?
Wayne Brady's doing Let's Make a Deal.
Make a Deal.
Well, if you're going to go by that logic, then the host of Jeopardy should be Ryan Stiles.
I'd rather have it be Ryan Reynolds, actually.
Hey, Ryan Stiles would probably be a good.
I think he would do him over Colin Mockery. I like Colin, but I think Ryan on there would be great. Yeah. You know, actually, you want to know who my dream host of Jeopardy would be? I can hear somebody's TV. My dream host of Jeopardy, but it would never happen in a million years, but it'd be the guy that I'd want, Jimmy Carr. It would never happen in a million years. They would never let him anywhere near that set because they've probably anybody that's in the television production industry has probably seen Big Fat Quiz of the Year and understand why he would be an amazing game show host for something like Jeopardy. I mean, they even did like Distraction back on Comedy Central back in the day, which was like one of his first like American major television shows that he ever did. Right. Problem with Jimmy Carr, the major problem with Jimmy Carr is that if you ever seen Jimmy Carr's stand-up act, yeah, that would never fly with them. Especially if you have Big Fat Quiz of the Year, 8 out of 10 cats, the 8 out of 10 cats, this countdown, and his stand-up act. That would never, ever happen. The guys on Jeopardy would be like, "Oh, you mean the dude who makes jokes about rape and pedophilia? Yeah, let's let him host our television show." That's never going to happen.
No. Carl says those guys are too big, probably a pay cut. Which means, Ryan Stiles would be. He would be a good host.
Robin Wright.
Hello, Stephanie Newby. Welcome to the show. I think you joined in under
played Jenny on Forrest Gump.
Why her? I'm confused.
But
A, she's good looking. B, she's very intelligent. And C, she's got that kind of stoic, or she has that same kind of attitude Alex Trebek had when she's talking to people. She has that, look them in the face, straight answers kind of thing.
What other shows did she do?
Recently, she did Blade Runner 2049.
No, television show is House of Cards. She won a Golden Globe for that. And by the way, that's exactly the reason why she's not going to get Jeopardy, because what Carl said those guys are too big. They would need a pay cut in order to work that show, to work Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Right? Robin Wright is one of the highest paid actresses in the United States. She gets $420,000 per episode for House of Cards, and that was in 2016 dollars.
Yeah.
So
that's still a lot of dollars.
She's way far beyond affordable. Especially for a show that's going to have new episodes just about every day. Like, no, they couldn't afford her.
Carl says Kenneth, the guy that just pretty much dominated Jeopardy for like 3 months. Ken Jennings. He was. People have said that, but no, something about him just wouldn't.
I like Ken Jennings, and I think Ken Jennings would be very appropriate to replace Alex Trebek. I think that would be a fantastic option, actually.
I've got it. I know who needs to replace him.
Real quick, John, if you've seen his interactions that he had with Alex on the show, especially when he did a funny answer, for one of the questions was one of the answers was a long-handled gardening tool, and he was like, "What is a hoe?" And he did it knowing like that's not the answer. I just thought that was really funny, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
And him and Alex had a good laugh about that, so it worked out pretty good. So there's
I've got it. I know who needs to replace him.
Who?
Yeah,
Weird Al Yankovic.
that could work.
I thought of that, but I wasn't going to say it.
Apparently there's a sports betting website based in Panama who's taking bets on who is going to replace Alex Trebek, and Ken Jennings currently has the best odds. In fact, the top 3 people that are listed on that website are Ken Jennings, George Stephanopoulos, and Neil deGrasse Tyson. And if there's one person that does not need to be on Jeopardy, it's Neil deGrasse Tyson, because he's off his ass. Neil deGrasse Tyson's the kind of person that won't let you have any fun. He really is. You've seen the memes online where they're not even memes. No, you've seen the instances online where he's been like watching a movie and then he sits there and he's just like, "This is inaccurate. This is all false. You can't. Look, dude, it's a movie. Okay, all right. Yes, I get it. All right, yeah. I understand. Gravity doesn't work that way in outer space. That's fine. Okay, yeah. But at the same exact time, Christine also can't drive herself. So,
so who? Ken Jennings, Dr. Tyson, and who?
George Stephanopoulos. He's the
I know
from ABC News.
who used to be in the Clinton cabinet. Did
Yeah.
it blow?
No, I would like to see Neil deGrasse Tyson do
Degrassi?
it. Neil
DeGrasse.
Tyson.
Dr.
Yeah.
Tyson.
Yes.
Degrassi is the television show in Canada.
Shut up. Okay, my brain is flustered right now.
Yeah.
But yes, I would
Carl
like to
said, he
see
would have
him
to
do
get
it.
too much stuff. He would be
Yeah.
good, but no. And definitely not George Stephanopoulos. He is too political. You're talking about polarizing.
You know who I want to see host Jeopardy, actually? You know who I think
Who?
would be the best person to host Jeopardy?
Who?
But it will never happen in a million years. It will never, ever happen. And not because he's not good for the job, because he'd be perfect for it, but because no one knows who he is.
Who?
Kevin Fodovich.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, that would rock.
Yeah.
He would be a good host of Jeopardy. An
Now,
absolute good host of Jeopardy. But nobody knows who he is because he's just some graphic designer from Alabama.
Yeah.
We're talking about Fritz, by the way, if you don't know.
Yeah. Fritz would make, Fritz would be the perfect. Now here is something that just popped into my head. You know, Sajak is retiring from Wheel of Fortune. And Vanna is going to take over as host.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
They need to put a dude in the Vanna spot.
They are. Now get this. Sajak's retirement came up after Trebek's cancer diagnosis.
Somebody said Shatner. No, Shatner, no. Shatner on Jeopardy, the show's 3 hours long.
Yeah. Now,
and that'd just be the first answer.
Now, Heather, have you ever noticed I'll sit and watch stuff and sort of predict how things are going to roll?
Yeah.
And I've been fairly correct, right?
You got an 85% plus chance.
Pat Sajak takes over Jeopardy. Vanna takes over Wheel.
I don't see that one.
No, the thing with Pat is that Pat is also like he's up there in age, just like Alex was. It's kind of time for him to go. Now the problem is that I do have a fear that you might be right, because as much as I feel like he shouldn't do it, you guys remember when Jay Leno retired and then immediately got his own show again, and then went back to the Tonight Show and totally screwed over Conan O'Brien? Yeah, I'd say they might pull some BS like that. Like, nobody watches Wheel of Fortune anymore. I'm going to go over to the more popular show.
No, Wheel and Jeopardy are a package deal wherever they show. Who would be more accepting to the fans that follow the two shows?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Now, as far as the replacement for Vanna White, though, right? Like I said, it should be a dude. Should keep that dynamic.
I agree.
And I agree. And it has to be, just like it has to be somebody who's incredibly gorgeous, right? That is, and you want somebody not necessarily because they'll want somebody young, and they'll want somebody handsome, and they'll want somebody who has a good personality but doesn't have to talk all the time. So Ryan Seacrest is right out.
We got some big men out of the nose cone.
Stop putting Ryan Seacrest in things. We don't need him anymore.
We're gonna jump to the rocket real quick.
Keep talking.
Yeah, just keep talking. That's a good sign.
That is a lot of it.
That's a good sign.
The release valve may have popped.
Yeah. All right, but keep talking about Ryan Seacrest.
No, I'm just saying, stop putting Ryan Seacrest in things.
Yeah,
Ryan Seacrest is like this rocket; it can blow.
Yeah.
Did John hit the wrong button?
John hit the wrong button.
I think I made him laugh so hard he quit. Who I can think of, but I can't really think of anybody that I think would work out great in that role. Well,
in the Vanna role.
Yeah. My brain immediately went to somebody that I would want to have in that role. But again, it's because he was on 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown, and he was really funny during the letters rounds and numbers rounds because he's a colossal screw up, and it wouldn't be great for Jeopardy. It wouldn't be great for Wheel of Fortune. But I'd like to see Joe Wilkinson in that because I think it would be funny. It's him just being like, you got like 3 H's. Really, better than 3 Ks. What's the fucking point? I love Joe Wilkinson. He's so messed up.
I can't remember the guy's name. And I don't know if he has the encyclopedic knowledge to be able to fill Trebek's shoes.
Johnny
Lord.
Johnny Galecki.
Ooh,
that's not a name that crossed my mind.
Joe, you know who that is, right?
Yeah,
Leonard Hofstadter.
Leonard and David.
Oh yeah. You also remember him as David.
I still say that's how they should have ended Big Bang Theory.
Well, I'm glad that they didn't because
Roseanne did hers.
Yeah, Roseanne told her BS.
Yeah. You know that was.
That would have. No, go ahead, Joe. Say what you're gonna say. Say it.
That would have been the perfect ending for Big Bang.
It would have, but again, the problem with that, the girl that plays Darlene, I forget her name. She left the show.
Yeah.
She wasn't even in. If she had stayed through the whole entire run of the show, 8 seasons and stuff, it would have been great.
Yeah.
Especially if they ended up together at the very end in a weird.
Okay, Skunk, your audio is chopping. Your tops are popping.
For everybody or just me?
Just you.
Or no. I mean, for everybody or just you? That's what I meant.
Everybody's fine.
No, not Joe.
He's asking how we think he
He's
sounds.
asking if we're hearing him with any difficulty.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe, you can't speak for everyone.
Oh, okay.
It is just a hair too much, a little loud, but I'm not hearing any distortion.
I'm not.
Yeah. I'm hearing you chop out right at the top.
I don't know what to tell you. But anyway,
it's when you get loud, it chops. But okay,
Johnny Galecki would be a very interesting choice. But you just popped one into my head.
Who? Roseanne herself?
Tom Arnold.
Oh no.
I like Tom Arnold. I think Tom Arnold's great. And he's really
Samuel L. Jackson.
Tom Arnold is really smart too. Like he's pretty smart dude. So I think he would work out great.
Wasn't very smart. He married Roseanne.
And then divorced her and got millions of dollars.
Hey Joe, you say that, but you're talking about that at the time period she had the #1 show on television. She made more money than any other woman in Hollywood that wasn't named Oprah.
Oh, Willow Schuyler has dropped in. Welcome, Willow Schuyler. Willow. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Stupid O'Clock is now international.
Woo.
We have an international audience. Willow is in Canada. We're not intercontinental, but we're international.
Okay, I was waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Joe, are you friends with Willow?
Yes.
On Facebook?
On Facebook.
Willow, watch the after show.
Yes.
At least watch the first 5 minutes of the after show just so you see the intro because it's Canadian related.
Yeah. Oh Lord. So much for that, friend.
International incident coming up live.
Oh, she'll trust me. She'll enjoy it.
At 11 o'clock
At 11.
Live
on
at
Joe's
11.
personal page.
She will enjoy it. She will enjoy it. It's good stuff. It's classic. It's not Trailer Park Boys. it's nothing. Well, okay, it's a little offensive, but it's not.
Is it red green?
No, I thought about using some red green though, because I know you would enjoy it. But the problem is that a good red green joke takes like 15 minutes to tell.
Yeah,
you have to see him go through the whole process. Like
Carl Witzman says she's his emotional support Canadian.
I remember there was one red green thing that I saw that I sat there and I watched it, and I watched it the whole entire time. About 3 minutes into it, I went, "This is something Joe Dog would do," and then by the end of it, I was like, "This is something Joe Dog has done." I'm pretty sure, and that was when he used his pickup truck to pull out a tree stump by using the axle and a cable.
Oh yeah.
It's in the truck, puts it in gear, and starts it. This starts up and it pulls, and boom! I think that's what Joe would do.
Just got something in private message, but we're going to do that after I come back.
Okay.
Because I had coffee. I'll be back.
Hey,
did he have coffee, or did the coffee have him?
Film at 11.
Coffee got me right now, so I'll be back.
Okay, I'm gonna. So this was yesterday morning, I think, if I remember correctly. I don't remember what it was, but I went to the store on the way to work. I wasn't feeling too hot, and I was like, I don't have time to go to Waffle House. I'm not a big breakfast person, but I need to eat something because I wasn't feeling too good. I had already left the house. So I grabbed the reason why I remember this is because I grabbed a salted caramel, a Monster Java. This is delicious, by the way. So I like salted caramel. And I think salted caramel is a perfect flavor to go with coffee, and it tastes great hot or cold. And I love caramel coffee. I think that's great. So I got salted caramel coffee. It's really good. And it's like, I need something to go with it. And I made the mistake. I didn't read the packaging. Have you guys ever had a double-decker oatmeal cream pie before?
Mm-hmm.
Holy God. That is diabetes in a package.
Yep.
Dude, I was hurting eating that thing. I was like, oh my God, this is way too much sugar for any normal person to have. This is disgusting. And it was making my head hurt. I had so much sugar. My blood sugar must have been killing me.
You got hyperglycemic.
Horrible, dude. I had a major headache. And all I can think was like, the problem is that I'd like to thin out the mix, but the only other thing that I bought was 4 bottles of Mountain Dew. I'm like, I don't have any water.
That's not a good mix, no.
Dude, if it had just been like just a regular single-decker oatmeal cream pie and the coffee, I would have been fine. But it was that double-decker thing, and I was like, bleh, bleh, bleh. And so even though I was kind of running late that day, I still had to stop, pull over on the side of the road, go to a gas station, and get a bottle of water because I was dying. So here's a little pro tip for everybody. Do not buy the double-decker oatmeal cream pie unless you want to feel things you shouldn't feel inside of your body.
Hey, Skunk, do you remember the Cheech and Chong skit where Chong comes out and he's got the urine sample that he got from his sister to give to his probation guy? So they'd show up clean on the drug test, but she's pregnant, so he just really wants to mess with his probation guy. and then he pulls up that bag of white powder and says, "Look what else my sister gave me." And he's like, "Good." He says, "No, man, you'll take it off since you can't have it." He says, "Oh, come on, man, just let me smell it. I just want to smell it." Okay, he opens up the baggie, puts it out there, and she goes, "Ah! Dude, that's soap powder." Said, "Yeah, it's laundry detergent."
No, I remember in the.
And he's got a mouth and nose full of laundry detergent. So he grabs the glass out of Chong's hand. It takes a big swig of it. It's the urine sample.
Well, I remember in one of the movies, Chong is in the laundry room and he sees the spilled soap powder and he starts taking a razor blade and cuts it into a line. And the girl comes in and she's just all like, "All right, party," and he's like, "No, you don't want to." Oh, no. She snorts out the line of laundry detergent. Now I was the thing. I hadn't seen that, but it did remind me of there's an episode of House. Heather will get this. There's an episode of House where they bring a urine sample to House, and they're talking about whether or not that this person is diabetic, right? They're bringing up whether or not this person is diabetic. And House just opens up the urine sample and takes a drink. And everybody's looking at him like, what the hell did you just do? And he's like,
he's tasting for glycosuria.
Yeah. He's like, no, not diabetic. And they're like, how? And he's like, it's not sweet. If it was sweet, you're diabetic. And then he took it back. And then he walked away. And they were like, what the world did we just see? And he's doing it to mess with them. And I thought that was funny.
All right, I'm back. Did y'all cover Carl's questions or
No, we
comments?
We ignored them.
Okay. Well, Carl says
we're waiting for you.
Oh, okay. Well, where'd it go? There it is. Carl says I would be one that would duct tape 2K cars together. 2K cars together. He could see that. No, Carl. No. I would not use duct tape. I'd use JB Weld.
What's wrong with duct tape?
JB Weld will hold better.
I beg.
And lasts longer.
Sir. My dad used duct tape to hold two Volkswagen vans together. So.
Was that your dad?
And a welder. What? Yes, was.
Was that the two Vanagons?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was your dad?
It's in my yard right now. If the windows were open, because I got a curtain up, but if I pulled the curtain back, I could see it from here. It's right there.
Oh, okay.
It's two Volkswagen Vanagons welded together. It's got because it was done. The back Vanagon is a Westphalia, and the front Vanagon wasn't, right? But it's got a Westphalia back, which meant that it has the pop-up top and the full back bed. But he also installed as a bench side seat. He installed a James Bond bed. It starts out as a couch, like a futon, right? But you hit a switch and it goes and turns into another bed. So it's got like 3 beds in it.
It looks like a stretched Volkswagen, the square Volkswagen van.
It's a Vanagon. It actually says Westphalia stretch on the back. You got custom vinyl done for it. It has. This is really cool. And I don't know. I think he's talking about. I know he's putting a new motor in it, but I don't know what kind of motor he's going to put in it. I think, if I remember correctly, I know what his plan is, but I can't speak for my father. But I can guess. It started out with a regular air-cooled Volkswagen motor. It was a Type 4 4-cylinder, like 2100 cc motor, and people did not believe, and they could not believe. Oh, it's too much weight. Volkswagen air-cooled 4-cylinder couldn't push this. It's like, well, yes, it did. Drove all the way to Florida. And somebody even said it to him while he was in Florida. He said, "Man, I really wish you would have told me before I left Chattanooga. How am I gonna drive this thing home?" You know, so he swapped that motor out. He put in a Rabbit diesel engine into it, right? Using a lot of the hookups and parts and stuff that you would use for a water cooled Vanagon, right? It started out air cooled. He installed a radiator and everything into this thing. With that diesel motor, he eventually then added onto that a second fuel tank because, it's a Vanagon. It's got two Vanagons welded together, so it has 2 spaces for fuel tanks. So put in a second fuel tank and special lines and a heating coil you put all together so it could run not on biodiesel, but SVO, straight vegetable oil. And he'd strain it and everything. He'd get it from this is before they really put a lockdown on that stuff. He to just drive up to like McDonald's and get the stuff for free.
Yeah.
And then they put a kibosh on that, and he hasn't been able to get any SVO for a long time. So he's talking about, I think, he's going to get rid of that whole entire system entirely, get rid of the SVO thing, and just have a straight motor in there. And the motor that, if I remember correctly, what he's got, I think it's a 1.9 New Beetle TDI engine that he's going to put in there. Diesel TDI engine. That thing is going to get unbelievable fuel mileage when he's done.
Now is it the no, it's not the Passat TDI that got busted. Those get great gas mileage. But yeah, we're going to go.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they get amazing gas mileage considering that they're diesel vehicles
or fuel mileage.
Thank you.
Willow Schuyler says she works for Starbucks, and all her drinks are probably the reason why diabetes exists. And then
she's obviously never eaten Little Debbie's before.
Well, they're not available in Canada, I don't think. And Carl Winston says his friend once snorted powdered donut sugar as a joke. I guess that stuff burns. It was hilarious.
Wait. That's right. Willow lives in Canada.
Yeah.
And you work at a Starbucks?
Yeah.
Starbucks International, dude.
Yeah.
But if you're going to work for any coffee shop in Canada, why wouldn't you work for Tim Hortons?
Exactly.
They weren't hiring.
They should be. Tim Hortons is such a Tim Hortons is such a staple in Canada that when making Wayne's World, they specifically created the Stan Mitchell's donuts because America doesn't have a Tim Hortons.
Okay, babe.
That's how much Tim Hortons means to the Canadian people, that when they made an American movie, Canadians had to influence it with their own brand of their world. They have to have a hockey player donut shop. Has to be a thing with coffee. So, yeah, no. Forget Starbucks.
Canada's getting the movies.
How's Glitter Watch going?
Puppy Watch is getting bad. I'm to the point now to where I can actually feel them moving around in her belly.
That's no.
We're about 10 days out from guesstimations, and they might be a day or two early.
And so you have her in your lap, not knowing the exact date of delivery.
Yeah. Willow says Starbucks has benefits Tim Hortons don't give their employees shit. Well, good to know.
Good to know. Yeah, no. Yeah, I didn't know that was I didn't know that was a thing. So let me
in socialist country.
So let me. Don't we start? I was this close, by the way. I was this close. For the after show, I almost put in something, but it had so many jokes in it that I couldn't pick one joke. But
those are the best ones.
It's this video. It's a hilarious video, especially if you've ever played the video game. Somebody did a parody of Animal Crossing, right? Outside of Heather, is anybody here, you older guys, do you know what Animal Crossing is?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
video game, been around for a long time. Yeah.
This guy online who does quite hilarious videos, although he also is one of those like edgy humor guys who does other things that got him in big trouble with people and stuff. They think, racist humor and stuff like that. But he did this parody of Animal Crossing where the mayor comes back from going to the Super Smash Brothers tournament, only to find that the village, the Animal Crossing village, has become a war zone, and all the animals are rebelling against the government, who is going full on like beating people in the streets and stuff. And when he gets there, basically what he finds out is that Isabel, the mayor's assistant, while he was gone, tried to run the town without him. And the punchline to the whole entire thing is that at the end, you discover she's a communist. And the whole thing is just one communist joke after another. and it's really funny. And I was like, I couldn't pick a good, like, there's not just one joke in here. You have to see the whole thing. So, in that vein, if it's all right with Joe, I'll link it on Stupid O'Clock.
Yeah, just link it.
I saw a TikTok today, and there's this girl, and she's going, okay, so you remember how quarantine began? And everybody was playing Animal Crossing. Here we are, however many months into quarantine we're in, and we've gone from playing Animal Crossing, this sweet, friendly, helpful, good game, to playing Among Us, where you're killing people and you see actual bones.
To be completely fair with you, Heather, the day
I know Among Us has been out for a long time.
No. The day Animal Crossing came out was also the day that Doom Eternal came out. So half of the gamers were sitting there with their cute little anthropomorphic furry animal world, and the other half were punching demons in the face with a chainsaw.
I know Among Us has been out for a really long time.
Well, that's two games that need to be mixed up right there.
And we
Animal
got
Crossing Eternal. Yeah,
John, the artwork for that was hilarious. The fan art was great because it was like, it would be like Doom guy hanging out with all of the animals in like cute little like animal world. Him sitting there like handing flowers over to like Bob and Kyle and stuff like that. And then on the flip side, it'd be Isabel with a minigun.
All right, we're going to have to take a little break.
Trivia time.
I'm going to run 4 of them, which will give us 2 minutes. So if anybody's got to run, grab something or whatever.
Tim Curry.
Oh,
That's
for
my answer.
Jeopardy.
That's my answer to trivia question.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant for Jeopardy. I was gonna be like, it's not, dude. He's
in a wheelchair.
Stroke, man.
All right, let's run these trivia commercials, and we'll be back in just about 2 minutes.
May the best being win.
And
what kind of trivia question doesn't have Tim Curry as an answer?
Well, I'm sure it's in there. There's 60 of them.
Oh,
all right.
The odds are, if you're in a trivia contest and you answer Tim Curry to every one of them, sooner or later you're going to get one right.
Yeah,
I miss playing trivia.
Do you want to hear my most embarrassing trivia story?
What?
So I'm down at Amigos. Before I worked for Challenge Entertainment, when I was just playing Challenge Entertainment stuff, Mark Michael was hosting the game at Amigos. And this is before I got you to come down. I was by myself at the time. Remember when we played together? That sucked. You made us bet all our points and we lost.
That wasn't me.
No, I was talking to Joe. Joe had a for sure. He thought he knew for sure and he was wrong, and we bet all our points and lost. But that's okay. The fun of playing trivia is not. The fun of playing trivia for me is not winning.
It's not whether you win or lose. It's how you embarrass the people with the smartphones.
It's just hanging out with your friends and having a good time, right? Excuse me. So, there's a question Mark asks. This is literally the last question of the game. And I don't remember if this was for all the points or not. I think it was because I think you had to get 4 answers and they all had to be correct. It was. Or no, wait, it was back when Challenge Entertainment was a little bit more edgier. They used to have the final round the categories would be set for rock and roll. This was the rock and roll question. And the question was name the band that has the members John Cummings, Thomas Elderly, Douglas Colvin, and Jeffrey Hyman. I sat there and I thought about it for a minute. I'm like, I don't know who any of those people are. I'm going to take a wild stab in the dark guess. Let's see. Let me think. Jeffrey Hyman. I'm picturing what a person named Jeffrey Hyman would look like. And the only thing that would pop into my head was the lead singer of Electric Light Orchestra, because I don't know his name either. Right? So screw it. I'm just going to put ELO. I don't know. I don't even think ELO has 4 members. I think they've got like 5 or 6. But as good of a guess as any. I know it's not Edgar Winter. I know it's not Striper. I know it's not Dawkins. You know, I don't. All these other bands that I know it's not them. So put the names in. Put it down. Electric Light Orchestra. Turn my answer in. Done. And I sit back down. And Mark, before the end, because he's still playing a song, and before the song ends, he gets up and he walks over to me and very politely goes, "You just lost all of your credibility in one answer." I was like, what? And he goes, "You'll find out." And he walks back to this table. And I'm sitting there just, like, well, obviously I got the answer wrong, but who the hell could it possibly have been? I know it's not Devo. I know it's not the Dead Kennedys. What the hell is he talking about? Right? And then he says, the question was, who are these 4 guys? What band are these 4 guys in? John Cummings, Thomas Eldery, Jeffrey Hyman, and Douglas Colvin. They're better known as, Johnny, Joey, Dee Dee, and I forget what the other guy in the Ramones was named. But yeah, it was the Ramones. And I sat there for a minute and I was like, how did I not know that? And I talked to him afterwards and I was like, I was pretty sure the Ramones were all brothers. And he was like, yeah, everybody thinks that. Like, no, legit. Like, I thought they were legit because they're all named Ramon and they all look the same. If you put them all next to each other, they all look exactly the same. Tommy Ramone, that's the other one. Marky came later. But yeah, that was embarrassing because Mark really called me out on not knowing my Ramones trivia, and it felt like an ass.
I'm sorry.
Don't everybody talk at once.
No.
Hey, everybody.
I didn't know their real names, but the only thing I knew with about the Ramones, they were not actually a family. They were friends.
Ugh.
Yeah.
They played one on TV.
Yeah. But seriously, if you look at it, they all look exactly the same.
Skunk and Heather will get this. I was feeling a little bit like Dutch, so I had to do something. I had to turn into Joe Dog again.
We were talking about too much sugar earlier.
And then he eats
and I got to think about it. Chattanooga might be the too much sugar capital of the world.
Yeah.
Moon pies, Coca-Cola. Well, I guess Coca-Cola is really more of an Atlanta thing. But we have moon pies.
Coca-Cola's first bottling plant was Chattanooga.
Was it Chattanooga? Because I thought it was Atlanta. Because Atlanta is the one that's got the.
It was invented in Atlanta, but the first bottling company was in Chattanooga.
Okay, so we have Coca-Cola, we have moon pie, we have Little Debbie.
Got Little Debbie.
There's a Pepsi plant there.
There's a Pepsi plant.
RC Cola.
Pepsi
Cola.
Cola.
Yep. Pepsi and RC did not start in Chattanooga.
Yeah, no. RC.
But let's see what we got. We got Krispy Kreme. We got Dunkin' Donuts.
M&M's brought up the road in Cleveland.
Yeah, M&M. Mars M&M is up in Cleveland, and we used to have. I don't think we have it anymore. We used to have
Brock's.
Crystal.
There used to be a Brock's out on 153.
Brock and
Brack.
Brat Candies that started out here. I think they adopted us. But
I'm just saying there used to be a factory.
Yeah, it now builds Volkswagen parts.
Crystal Burgers used to have excuse me, used to have their headquarters here, but I heard they moved. They're not here anymore. The Crystal building's gone. And B,
they sold to an Atlanta company.
I was gonna say I heard that they moved to Atlanta.
Yeah, and for
the Crystal building's not gone. It's they took the sign down.
They've renamed.
Somebody else owns it. But yeah.
But to Carl and Carly and Willow, Crystal is White Castle without holes knocked in the meat to cheat you out of meat. And they use mustard instead of ketchup.
Don't you start.
What?
Because it's not. Anybody who's ever worked in a Crystal can tell you that Crystal sliders and White Castle sliders are made two completely different ways. They use steam at White Castle.
Yeah.
Crystal burgers are fried.
Yeah.
On a grill. They've got a flat top in there. They and that's what the purpose of the holes in the White Castle is so that the steam technology for their sliders works. They didn't have those holes. You get the outside that would be nice and juicy and a raw inside.
Crystals are better anyway.
I like Crystal Chicks, but I hate the fact that Crystal Chicks they hate Crystal Chick, right? They make Crystal Chick, but for some reason, I don't know why this is, right? They put all the Crystal Chicks in a bag and they hand it to you, and you get these bland fries that are okay, like they do the job, but they could be way better. They could be definitely crispier, very thick and kind of mushy, and they don't salt them enough. But then you reach in and you grab one of the Crystal Chicks. The first Crystal Chick you grab is going to be amazing. You're going to bite into it. It's going to be awesome. But by the time you get to the second Crystal Chick, right?
They're starting to get cold.
They started to condense. There's condensation building up. And that second one you grab is soggy. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only person that has this problem. I've noticed every second Crystal Chick that I grab is soggy. The third one dries out by the time I get to it.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I like their chili cheese pups.
I never liked the pups.
I like to get a bag of 6 crystals and a bowl of chili and dip the crystals in the chili.
You remember when the tornadoes came through?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Well, I was going to say, John likes to live dangerously.
the tornadoes came through in 2011.
Yeah.
Well, it knocked the power out at my house. And
Crystal was the only place to eat.
Crystal was the only place to eat.
Hmm.
So that's what we had for dinner that night.
Now,
Knock the power out.
John,
That's
John,
that's I'm so sorry to hear that
It was bad because my mom, it happened while I was at work. So the food in the refrigerator didn't get saved.
Mm.
So we had to find something to eat that night. That's what we ate because it was the only place that was open because we had nothing at the house that we could eat.
My
now,
sister
John,
lost her house.
John,
I'm sorry.
You talk about living dangerously. Skunk says you're living dangerously, dipping your crystals into the chili. No, you dip them into Wendy's chili.
Okay, epic meal
Then-
time. Calm down. You do not cross-contaminate fast food. I'm sorry. You don't do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Harley Morris
there may be
can
exceptions
get away
to
with
that.
that bullshit, but no.
Yeah.
No.
You
Skunk, I gotta
dip,
disagree.
You dip
I
your
gotta-
crystals into the Wendy's chili.
No.
Your Central Park burgers, you put McDonald's barbecue sauce
You
on.
better stop.
Do you guys still have a Central Park?
There's one right across from Steak and Shake.
Okay. I didn't know.
The one across from Steak and Shake in Hickson is still open. And the only problem with that place is because they're one of the last. They're the only Steak and Shake in this area. Period. There's the ones in the rest of the areas have all closed, and 90% of them have turned into Choo Choo barbecues. But that one in Hickson, that franchise in Hickson, is still alive. It's one of two Central Parks I know of that are still in existence. One is in Knoxville, right? But Joe can attest to this. That Central Park over there in Hickson, decent enough. Like they still doing good food. They're still doing really good food over there. Bucket of fries is still amazing. But
yeah,
Joe, how much is a regular everyday combo meal at Central Park right now?
it's almost $5 now. It's $5 now, at least.
Mm-mm.
What?
Mm-hmm. I went in there and got just a regular cheeseburger meal, fries, and a drink. And it was almost like $8.
Okay, see that it's been 2 years. It's been 2 years since I went in there.
Since they're getting so little, because everybody thinks they're closed. I think,
Yeah,
they're getting so little traffic
they were
that in
closed.
order to survive, they had to jack up their prices.
See, I quit eating there because they didn't cook their burgers all the way, and I got food poisoning a couple of times.
yeah. Carl Whitzman says Central Park is the best. Let's make sure we're talking about the same Central Park, Carl. It's a little green building, drive-through only, and the building's not much more than 20 by 20. Is that the same Central Park? And this is a good trivia for you, Skunk. John probably already knows it. Do you know Central Park was who their original owner was?
No, I don't.
Crystal. They were designed to, they were a tax write-off.
Well, they fucked up there because Crystal was better than, or Central Park's better than Crystal.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why Central Park went out of business. That's the part I don't understand. And why they're like the only places that are left are franchises. It's like that one Blockbuster that's still open because they're a franchise. And that there's one Radio Shack left in the country that's an actual store because they're a franchise. Franchise laws are weird. Franchise stuff is weird in general.
Well, there was the invention of Checkers, which is the exact same freaking thing.
There's Rallies.
Yeah.
Same thing as Checkers.
We got both of those.
Rallies
in
and
Athens.
Checkers are the same brand.
Yeah.
And
now, you want to talk about cross-contamination.
All of them are ripoffs.
I've got a confession.
Sonic anyway, so...
I used to go to taco stand and get a deluxe burrito. And then I would drive to the Varsity and get their onion rings. That was the best combination I could think of, and it was
Who pulled that up?
heaven.
Me.
You pull that back up. I want to show you something in that picture.
What, the Bible thing on the sign?
No.
It's his car in front of the drive-thru.
No.
No, I did not see an HHR there.
No. Pull that picture back up.
I'm working on it.
If there's a blue Dodge truck in the drive-thru, I swear to God. Dan. You just reminded me of something, but then that Central Park picture came up and I totally forgot it.
No, sorry.
Oh, you said you have a Checkers and a rally?
Yeah, they're in different parts of town.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Now, all the way over that red brick building is a place called J Gumbo's.
Yeah,
J Gumbo's. You can see the sign right there.
Good Cajun food.
really.
You walk in and it's owned by an Indian couple.
Panda's on the road from it too.
You're
Panda's really
way.
good.
You're looking at the wrong. Oh my God! You walked over to Five Guys Burgers and Fries.
Yeah.
Now you're at Steak and Shake. What are you doing?
Looking around.
Keep going past AutoZone on the left.
Dude, you can drive to Hickson.
Where that green overhang is.
Another great trivia. Scroll back over there to the AutoZone.
No, hold up. I want to find out what the green thing is. No, I want to find out what the green thing is.
It's Panda.
Oh,
it's
the Panda Chinese. Yeah.
They're really good.
Oh, yeah.
They are really good. Them and Formosa is where you go to get your brown bag Chinese.
Oh,
but
yeah.
never ever eat it in a place. Never ever eat at a place called Crazy Buffet. You will die. Every Crazy Buffet that's ever opened has killed somebody. I swear to God.
Yeah.
That's all
I
I
just
I'm
don't
exaggerating.
eat at buffets.
Go that way again. Go the way that Joe was telling you. Away from this. Away.
Oh, but there's a thrift store. Let's go in.
Fuck that thrift store.
Bethel thrift store.
There used to be a tattoo shop in that plaza too.
They're an all right thrift store.
Sick Boys is still there.
Okay.
Where are we going, Joe? He's clicking like crazy. You better stop.
I wanted to go to the AutoZone because I got a.
Go back to the AutoZone,
store.
John. Damn it.
AutoZone used to be called Auto Shack. Do you know who owns AutoZone?
Sounds like it should be Radio Shack.
Malone and Hyde Pharmaceuticals out of Memphis.
Okay. Why do they? You know what? I don't want to ask.
Because you got to be on drugs to shop there.
Tax write-off.
Dan, where do you buy your auto parts from? Don't say the dealer because you know they jack up their prices.
I go to AutoZone. I go to Parts Plus. I go to Pep Boys. I look around and find which one I can afford that has it in stock. That's the important part. In stock.
Here's where I go. Right. I'll tell you the place that I go. I go to O'Reilly's. I've always gone to O'Reilly's. I love O'Reilly's. The thing about O'Reilly's is that if you're working on something early in the morning and you realize you need a part, if you go to O'Reilly's, they will have it to you same day. You can't. You can sometimes get that out of AutoZone in advance, but it's rare. But O'Reilly's does like parts deliveries like 3 times a day. So if they don't have it, they can get it to you very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I like O'Reilly's. That's why I worked for O'Reilly's for a little while. I don't want to work.
Do you remember what restaurant used to be right there on the corner?
Oh, over there? Yeah, that used to be an IHOP that didn't last.
The original type of IHOP with the big A-frame roof and
like the one that used to be on Brainerd Road.
Yes, like the one that
they're over on. Yeah, IHOP moved though. They didn't.
Yes,
they didn't shut down. They didn't. It wasn't like they went out of fucking business or something.
Actually, they did. They just closed the darn place.
You act like they failed. All they did was move.
just opened back up a couple weeks ago.
They're on 153 right next to.
Okay, yes, Skunk, you're right, but
They're
they
next to the
did.
Metco.
But they didn't exist for a while. They closed down and then came back in.
Yeah, they left Chattanooga Market.
They just pulled up stakes left and left them A-frame buildings, and I can't remember what was there for a while.
Over there, that's like saying that like that Wendy's on 2A, right? The Wendy's on 2A for the longest time was closed, right? And I was sitting there thinking, I was like, the last time that I saw Wendy's that was closed this long, they demolished it and they never built anything there. They never came back, and it disappointed me because it was East Raider Road. I like that Wendy's. They used to stop there all the time, even though like that place was obviously falling apart. Like if you went to order something, it had that little screen that was supposed to show you what you were ordering. It looked like you were gazing into the eye of Sauron himself. Like that thing was orange and black, and it glowed at you with menacing hate. It was amazing. I love that Wendy's, even though it was a total shit show over there. But
that's why it closed.
The Wendy's on 2A was closed forever, and I was sitting there just being all like, "What the hell's going on over here? They're going to shut this place down too. The place is going to disappear," because they had the same sign up, closed for remodeling. The other one was closed for remodeling, and they were open back up a few weeks ago. No, I take that back. A few months ago, a new sign showed up that said that the new Wendy's is coming soon. So they're about to reopen. They're actually going to remodel it. The only thing that stopped them was COVID. That's what happened over there at that one. You know
what I miss?
It's coming back. It's been closed for over a year, but it's coming back.
Yeah, well, a lot of the Wendy's in Chattanooga closed up. Oh,
what do you miss, Heather?
Rex.
What?
The dinosaur?
Roast beef shop. A roast beef restaurant. Rex. Rex's.
Don't remember.
I miss Steak and Ale.
Rex's was like an Arby's back in the 80s.
Steak and Ale is called Bud's now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Bud Sports Bar.
Yeah. And still has the good steaks.
I've ate there a couple of times. They're all right.
I've never been there.
I miss Shakey's.
I've heard about that place.
We made Carl hungry.
I think it's a Lexus dealership now.
I tell you the place that the hometown place that I miss is not around anymore. Right.
What?
When I was growing up in Ringgold, they had a restaurant that was on the main drag on Nashville Street over there by the pharmacy. Right across from like everything. They used to have a place over there called Luigi's, the pizza place. And I'm a Chicago guy, right? I like Chicago style pizza. Okay. But Luigi's was New York style. And it was good New York style. They're talking like you got the big slices of cheese pizza, or the mozzarella would just stretch as you pulled it off, orange grease dripping. You had to dab a paper towel over this pizza first before you tried to eat it, unless you really like the taste of just straight grease. Like, it was good pizza, and they shut down. I don't know what the hell happened to them. And then eventually the place that was there reopened as a sandwich shop, and they sucked. Luigi's was there forever. That sandwich shop was there for like 6 months before they closed down.
What,
guys,
baby girl?
We have a problem.
What'd you do?
We're out of beer. I gotta go upstairs to get a beer. I'll be right back.
Oh, goodness. Are you wanting back up here that bad? You won't even lay in your bed? Okay.
Do you see it?
Rax. I thought you said Rex.
I did. It's Rax.
But she's from South. Everything sounds They
closed when I was still a little kid. Like, they closed in the 80s.
That was like Quincy's. Like, Quincy's closed down on us. I don't know if you guys know what that is.
Ugh.
I miss Quiznos subs.
You know what we need to do one day?
They had good subs.
We used to have one here in Athens. I don't know if we still do.
They belly up.
Yeah,
They
we
did.
used to have one downtown that was super busy.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. We need to all get together one day at a restaurant that has Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of all the little boxes right here, we'll just
Yeah,
have one
one.
big box with everybody on it at the table. And it needs to be one of those restaurants that we don't normally eat at.
Because they'll never let us back in once we're through.
That too.
I have been
got
actually.
it. I have got it. I've got it.
Which one?
The clap?
Bees.
Nuts.
I don't think they have decent Wi-Fi.
Trust me. Dan and Blake would fall in love with bees.
Yes.
Imagine going to a buffet to where you didn't have to get up.
They bring the buffet to you.
They bring the
They
buffet
put
to
it
you.
out on this
It's-
really huge Lazy Susan right in the middle of your table.
Gigantic Lazy Susan buffet.
I've heard of this before.
And it's fried chicken and sides.
It sounds like Monell's.
It's Sunday. It's Sunday food. It's
Yeah.
Sunday church food every day of the week.
Unless you guys want to do midnight Monell's hot and regular fried chicken with us on a Saturday night. It's a midnight thing.
You will never catch me eating Nashville hot chicken again.
What's wrong with Nashville hot chicken?
Can't handle
It's too much. No,
Too
it's
That's why I get medium. I'm a wuss when it comes to that.
I ate at a place in Chattanooga that's fairly infamous, if not famous. The
What?
Acropolis.
Oh, I love Davy Crockett. That's up there in Heather's. I haven't been there in 10, 15 years. But
The Acropolis.
he's
Kinda like
talking about
Logan's
the
Roadhouse.
Acropolis
The Greek
over
place.
there.
it's the Acropolis is okay.
That's why I was just like,
If we do Greek,
how are you talking
the
about?
bar is like up here already.
I
Wait a
went
minute.
to the Acropolis and ate dinner, and when I went to the Acropolis and ate dinner, it was a particularly special occasion at the time, and now it's a bad memory. But the reason why we went to the Acropolis is that the gentleman that me and a friend of mine were meeting up with wanted to eat at a fancy restaurant, and that was the fanciest thing apparently that they could think of, was to eat at the Acropolis. So we picked the dude up from the airport, went to the Acropolis to go eat. That was the probably the nicest restaurant I've ever eaten in, and I was not dressed nice at all. I was dressed like a complete scumbag, and here I was eating on this dude's company dime. It was very nice. Yeah, and that's all that needs to be said about Steve Jackson.
One of the places that we could go eat, I think, but I don't know if they got internet worth a darn, is India Mahal.
What is your deal with places needing to have internet?
because he wants us to do a show from there.
Go from there while we're eating.
Dan? Or not
Yes.
Dan. I don't know why I said Dan.
My name's Blake.
I'm drunk. Yes. So yeah, Blake. It was a stupid joke. John, you're the person I'm addressing. Actually,
Oh, thank you.
they don't need to have Wi-Fi. My phone doubles as a Wi-Fi router. I have Verizon Unlimited.
Oh.
I can use it as a
Would you
hotspot.
want to do something like that?
I mean, yeah, but I imagine that the wait staff would get pretty pissed off with us if we were sitting there just being all like, well, we're all sitting here doing a podcast, basically.
You would be
I don't
surprised.
think they'd have a problem with it.
No, you'd be surprised because we did the Impossibilist cast from IHOP during the very beginning of the pandemic, and they were astounded and excited at the same time that we came in costume and ate and had a blast. Like they're like, is it okay if we get near you to take photos? It's like, yeah, just don't put your face near my face. Okay, done. Photo. Like, it was amazing. Had a great time. Maybe we can get shirts that have stupid o'clock on it. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. Plug, plug, plug. And
I know a guy that has a vinyl cutter and cuts vinyl. He was the guy that did the Scrub House Video Club shirts. Here, I'm gonna show you guys something. Hold on one second.
there you go. Joe got in on it.
is my laptop. Look at my new sticker.
Oh, sweet.
I love that show. I love the
Today's
movie
beer.
too, but the show is great. And this is cut out of vinyl, laser cut. It's pretty dope.
I have a friend who does that as well.
No idea. Cigarette. No, I'm out of smokes. Where the fuck are my
Actually, a
cigarettes?
couple of friends. So it should be a blast getting all that done. But today's beer,
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
for the and for the holiday.
Yeah, Dan, how's your
Thank you,
beer?
Oh, I had that like a couple of nights ago. That's really good.
it's the first ones I've had. It tastes like stout, but it is definitely got a chocolate flavor to it. It tastes like a Guinness.
It tastes
but
like
sweet.
Guinness with like sweet with cocoa nibs or something.
Yeah. You can taste the. I just had a Guinness to compare it with.
What store did you get that at?
We got our Publix.
American Spirits.
I was going to say Frugal and places would have it near you.
Yeah, they might have it at the great big huge liquor store that just opened up next to the Kroger. But this is a little place that's basically I go there and I get a 15 in natural light in like 2 seconds at the drive-through. And I walked in today and looked around and go, what can I get that's special for the show tonight?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the first thing that caught my eye. And I go, I've never had that before. Let's give it a shot.
Yeah, I haven't had the 76ness.
So what link did you just show up there, John? Because we can't click
That
on
is a video to what was it? What is it called? Tennessee Crossroads is the name of the show, and that's their special they did on Bee's Restaurant.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm posting it on Stupid O'Clock as we speak.
Tennessee Crossroads is a great show. I love it so much. It's been a staple of my evenings when nothing else is on television.
Oh, look, did you throw that up there, Joe? Or did so everybody could see it? Or?
No. Oh,
Because I thought about posting it here, but you know how the YouTube and everything is about kicking people off for stupid stuff. I don't want to do stupid stuff.
well, that's what I'm checking to see if
I don't want to be stupid according to YouTube. Hook.
I found a hilarious thing about Twitch that happened today. There's this big Digital Millennium Copyright Act deal, and all these streamers are having videos like removed from like 2, 3, 4 years ago because they're playing, Godsmack or Janis Joplin or whatever. And the new rule is, if you want to play music, play it to yourself. Just don't stream it, and you'll be okay. It's like, really? It's like, I want immersive content. That's why I like at HelloCon. We played all the movies and stuff that we did because we wanted immersive content. We didn't want to care about what anyone really thought of the situation. But neither this nor that. So they're getting named on that stuff.
That's why I generally write my own.
Mm-hmm.
That way I don't get in trouble with nobody because I own the copyright.
Yup.
Oh.
I'm sorting my sour bites.
Y'all, excuse me. I'm going to go grab a beer and flip my meat.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what that euphemism means, but okay, go for it.
I'm marinating a London boil.
Mm-hmm, but you are.
Oh, you had to explain it. It's much more entertaining just not having anybody know.
Mm-hmm. And I'm totally with Carl. Like they mishmash like 20 whole songs together on the DJ streams and ruin it for everyone.
Mm.
All right. I'm just going through seeing if we've got any copyright claims. No. Well, we got one, but that was from the Halicon because we ran the after show on YouTube.
Have we run any trivia today?
Yeah, we ran 4 of them today.
Oh, hilarious thing. Let's see if I can balance these on my keyboard.
What? Oh, what got copyright hit for running the after show on YouTube?
Yeah,
song.
he used the leprechaun.
The Leprechauns and
The intro song?
the music. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like notes that I was thinking about, like stuff about Halicon.
Yeah.
Just like pages and pages. Like I sat up the other night and just like thinking
Oh
of stuff
boy.
yeah. It's not done. So we'll have a meeting one day.
Oh.
Are you normally on staff for Halicon?
I was like conned into doing it this year.
I meant previously.
No.
I assisted the year prior.
Okay.
Yeah.
In banquet services. So.
By the way, I'm going to go ahead and lay this out there now.
Yeah.
The next live in-person Halicon,
Yeah.
I will not be on staff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you say that now.
I don't work staff at conventions.
Mm-hmm. I don't either.
I'm sorry.
I used to run a room, and I realized how much trouble I could get into.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, nope, we're giving this up. And that's why Rob Hood is now head of gaming at Liberty.
Oh, well, A, you've sorely mistaken about certain things. And B, you're also sorely mistaken about whether or not you're going to be staff at Halicon. It's happening, whether you like it or not.
Or if you know it or not.
Or if you do anything or not.
Hey.
Bob's not over gaming at Liberty anymore.
Is he not?
No. He gave that up a long time ago. He did it for a very long time over at Liberty. I believe, if I remember correctly, his breaking point. Just spoke to him recently, but we didn't talk about that. But the last time he said anything about to me, if I remember correctly, the breaking point was the Uncle Timmy newsletter.
Which I didn't get.
I don't know what that is.
Uncle Timmy had a newsletter that went out to people.
I knew what it was.
Yeah.
But I don't know what was written in it.
Well, sweetie, I'm explaining for people that aren't you.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I forget we're doing this.
He put it out.
Man, I've never been to a Liberty or anything.
He put it out to not just like his friends and stuff like that, but anybody who wanted to sign up for the thing, anything that respected him enough to sign up for it. And it kind of also sort of not really doubled as a LibertyCon newsletter, even though LibertyCon had their own newsletter. Just about everybody who went to LibertyCon ended up signing up for Uncle Timmy's newsletter. I wasn't one of the people that ever signed up for it, but most people did. And if you don't know, Uncle Timmy is A, conservative, and B, he has a certain sense of humor. Never met the guy.
Was kind of certain about his humor.
So there was a joke in the newsletter about President Obama, who was the president at the time, and Bob didn't take too kindly to that. And I don't remember even what the joke was.
No.
I just remember Bob
I don't
wasn't
remember either, and I was a subscriber.
Bob wasn't the only person who was upset by it, but Bob was the only one who did anything about it. And what he did was he left gaming. He left the gaming department. He left staff. He still attended LibertyCon for a couple more years before he finally just was like, nah, it's too much hassle.
John, how was your meat?
It's fine. I just made one small mistake with it. According to the recipe, you're supposed to score the meat with a knife so that the marinade will soak in really good.
Did you stab it?
No.
He didn't do anything to it. He just put it in the marinade.
No, I scored it, but I'm really good at sharpening knives.
So you went end to end?
You diced it.
I cubed it, yeah.
That's what you get for using a Gurkha knife to cook with.
No, it was just this.
It's soft now.
Was this long, but it's just. And the meat was just so tender. I just run the knife across of it, and it would go in, half an inch. I'm like, It's like cutting butter.
Instead, it was
John,
3
I'm gonna have
inches,
to
right?
John, I'm gonna have to make you a vacuum chamber.
That's how you marinate damn well.
They're not hard to make.
Yeah, just proto putty a pot and like a piece of plexiglass and a vacuum.
There's instructions online on how to make one. There's YouTube videos about that shit.
Yeah.
Pressure cooker.
Yeah, same.
You could
use the guts out of the pressure cooker and use the valve.
Mm-hmm. Did has anybody here ever had a pressure cooker explode?
Nope, I've seen pictures of it though, and you're gonna show us one.
No, but I'll tell you about one that happened.
Uh-oh.
Our pressure cooker exploded when we were living on the other side of town. One day we were all sitting there. Ma's got the pressure cooker going. She's making beef stew in the pressure cooker. We can't wait. It's gonna be awesome. And all of a sudden, it sounded like a damn shotgun going off. We're like, "What the hell was that?" And then we heard the sizzling of wet stuff on electric stove, and we all, like me, my sister, and my mom, all got up at the same time, went to the other room. And at first, we were shocked because there was stew everywhere. Holy crap! It is everywhere that there could possibly be stew. There was stew. And then it hit us all at once, and all three of us started just laughing. And it was that laugh of like, this totally sucks, right? Because our food was destroyed, and there was also a huge mess.
Your food was vaporized, is what was.
But what's really crazy about that was we ended up repairing that pressure cooker, and we still used it for a few years. I think my mom still has it.
Now,
I'm not sure.
I've learned how to pasteurize my home brews so they stop fermenting.
Flamethrower?
Do what?
A flamethrower?
No.
It's not the answer to everything.
Yeah.
But some things.
A lot of things.
But long story short, I've got dents in the ceiling from the caps.
Are you pressurizing? Like, are you slow cooking your beers?
No. What you do is you back sweeten before you cap, and then you wait a week before you throw the before you heat them up to pasteurize, and it stops it self carbonates. But if you don't get the cap good and tight, it'll pop like a cork.
Literally.
Yeah. And when the first one went off, it stuck into the ceiling. When the second one went off, I decided it was time to put a lid over it. So I grabbed one of my wife's glass lids and threw over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still finding that. Then I ended up using one of those stainless steel lids, and I had the imprints of caps into the bottom of them.
We're going to have to find you some flippy bottles.
John, I finally was able to, that Facebook was being a butthole, and I was finally able to access the stupid clock page, and I posted that Isabel Ruins Everything video. And
cool.
Everyone here, I think you would get the biggest kick out of it because it's really funny. And it is like I know a lot of people who support communism, and I think that this is the best example of why communism sounds great on paper but doesn't sound great in practice. And I love it. It's so good. I would send this to like 60 people if I could, that I know, that I'm just all like, get it together.
All right.
Well, again, Jesus, everybody, if every time I stop saying something, you can bring something else up. You don't have to go all radio silence on me.
Sorry,
I'm in the process of changing stuff around.
I was trying to find your post on Stupid Pot.
I can send it to you directly if you want. But
I thought you were going to put it in stupid.
John, that actually, you know what? I'm going to bring this up publicly because I just thought about it. John, why do you send me things that are just for me on Facebook? You're the only person that I see this from where it says, so and so has posted something just for you, and it comes from you.
I put it on Messenger. I don't know what it's. I don't add anything like that to it.
My goodness.
Oh, is it Messenger that's doing that? Because let me see if I can find
that.
One
Would
real quick.
explain it. That would explain it. Yeah.
It's, they show up in my they
What
show
do you?
up
Oh
in
my
What
gosh!
is it, Joe?
notification. They show up in my notifications specifically. And you're the only person I see these from. So this one was from 3 days ago. It says John Scarborough shared a post with just you. Right? And what you sent me was when MSN posted about Alex Trebek passing away. I mean, it's nothing weird. And that's why I was like, why does it say...
I didn't post that just for you. I posted that to everyone.
It says... It literally says
You're
on my
a stalker,
Facebook.
dude. That's what that is. That's you click stalk this guy on your Facebook page. And now it's like giving the
best friend button.
I have 3 people. That are still on my. I get these people's posts no matter what they post. I have them in my Facebook.
Hang on a minute. Let me give you Mark Zuckerberg's phone number, and you can ask him why Facebook does.
I would, if you have it, please give it to me. I will prank call the hell out of that dude. No, there's 3 people that are on my Facebook that no matter what they post, I get an update about it immediately.
Sorry, opening mail.
3 people.
I've got something important.
2 of them, I'm not going to name.
Just talk over him.
But the one person I do want to name is Lindsay Hollifield. She is in my, if she posts something, I know about it list. I want to know everything that's going on with Dan's wife.
The new Hallmark ornament is out.
Ooh, what is it?
Oh, you just saw that? It's been out a week.
I saw it.
Oh, shitter's
pitiful.
Yep.
I gotta have it.
Good stuff. Yeah.
What the hell was that?
That's not the one I thought it was.
That wasn't me.
Ripping ass. Oh, Joe, I know what it was. Shitter's full.
Shitter's full. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that, and that's breaking news. That has to be shown.
Awesome.
Hey, Scott, if I had Mark Zuckerberg's phone number, I would give it to Heather. And next Monday morning, I would have her call him, pretending to be Nancy Pelosi, and asking him, "Why aren't you in Congress right now?"
Why me?
You're supposed to be in front of the.
I don't sound like Nancy Pelosi.
You're the only woman here.
I was going to say, do I sound like Nancy Pelosi?
I don't know. I don't listen.
I don't even know what she sounds like.
No,
neither do I. I don't pay attention to her.
No, but you've got the nursing voice. I'm pretty sure is very close to the Nancy Pelosi. I'm in charge of Congress.
The only person who sounds anything remotely like Nancy Pelosi that's ever been on this show, and she doesn't sound anything like Nancy Pelosi, but it's close. The only person would be Stephanie Osborne. And I imagine that if Stephanie Osborne had Mark Zuckerberg's number, she wouldn't impersonate Nancy Pelosi. She would just tear his ass a new one. You know what I would do if I had Mark Zuckerberg's phone number? And Mark, I hope you're watching. I know you're not. Because
I hope you're one of those 5. You better be one of those 5, Mark.
You're a 1%er that doesn't care about the little people. You scumbag fuck. But anyway, if I had his phone number, it would be like every single day I'd call him up. I would call him up every single day with a new shtick. I'd figure something out every day. I'd be calling him up every single day, just messing with him. I would try to. I would talk about the fact that he looks like a robot. I would call him up and talk about the fact.
There you go. Call him up and tell him that you're Gene Roddenberry and you want him to appear on Star Trek.
Yeah.
I would call him up and point out the fact that if you were to compare him to the look of a male praying mantis, that they're identical.
No, he is the love child of Brent Spiner and Denise Crosby.
He has Mark Zuckerberg has less personality and morals than Sheldon on The Big Bang Theory.
All right. I got this.
Is there anything else we could say about Mark Zuckerberg before we all get sucked?
He's a reptilian underlord.
Guess what, guys? Facebook just ended our stream.
That is an insult to the actual reptilian overlords.
Say what, Blake?
I thought it was almost time to end the show.
It is.
We're getting there. We're getting there. Now, Blake, did you hear what I said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
And I didn't do it that time.
I didn't do it.
I thought you were done, Skunk. Sorry.
No.
And I have a bone to pick with Georgia now.
I have.
Cleveland.
Since we introduced that video, give me a second. Since we introduced that video, right? You were the first person to complain. You specifically were the first person to complain. I played it too early when I played it at the 10-minute mark because I figured 10 minutes would give everybody an opportunity to finish what they were saying, and then we'd have 5 minutes for plugs or whatever, get out any additional information we need. So you have 5 minutes to shut down, 5 minutes to end the show, right? I figured 10 minutes would be a good mark. And then Joe was all like, oh, it's too early. We have to play it at the 5-minute mark. And then ever since then, he's been playing it at the 10-minute mark, the 8-minute mark. One time he did it at the 15-minute mark just to piss me off.
I thought 15 is a good time. No.
John, you did it to me once where you kept playing it. And it was getting me on my nerves.
I remember that night.
But no, I've ever since then I've been playing it at the 5-minute mark because Joe complained, and everybody else just whatever, ignore me. I'm just the person who stole that video from MTV.
Yeah, that's why I keep giving you hints to play.
I didn't actually make it. I will. I could come up with my own version of that, but I just think the sock puppet doing the sexy 60s dance is great because the sock puppet.
It is.
Everybody likes sock puppets. That was that music is what I used to end every that's not how I ended. It was the music that I used to announce when we would be at the final round whenever I did trivia. I'd always play that song. I would tell everybody, guess what time it is? It's almost the end of the show. That means it's the final round.
I kept seeing this shadow right here, and I'm thinking, damn, am I sweating that bad?
It's your microphone.
But look at the positioning.
It's pretty good. But now,
honestly, Joe, I've never seen a sweat stain that didn't move whenever you did. So
it's a 4D sweat stain. All right. Yeah. Any of you live near Cleveland, Georgia?
Reasonably.
It's Schrodinger's sweat stain.
Like, what the hell is this? Cabbage Patch Kids Babyland? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where they're
born.
That's where the original Cabbage Patch Kids were hand sewn.
And you got to go down there and adopt one.
Yeah.
No.
You can still go down there and adopt them.
Xavier Roberts or something like that.
Yeah.
I want to talk about something that comes in two parts. It's related to what Blake just showed.
The second part first?
It comes in two parts. I'm going to explain the second part first, and then I will say the first part. Right? So the second part is John Leguizamo told this joke on stage, and when he finished the joke, his reaction, the crowd's reaction to the joke was, he said, "Y'all, that's what really happened. I'm just telling you how it is." Right? And what the joke was, and this was, he was dating a black girl in New York, right? John Leguizamo was, and he met her father, and her father thought he was white at first, and he explained, "No, I'm Hispanic," and he goes, "Oh, you're a Mexican. I heard about you Mexicans. You're stealing all the Cabbage Patch dolls for the birth certificates." And the crowd turned on him, and he was like, "I'm just telling you what happened." It's such an awful joke. But it was great that he was the one that told it, you know? See, if I tell that joke, it sounds bad.
And yeah, I got this thing because I like real maps. They apparently Georgia Department of Transportation didn't print a map in 2020 because of COVID. This is a 2019 map, and it doesn't show me that weird like crossover on 2475 that we were talking about. It just looks like
it's not built yet.
I know.
2475.
They're rerouting the pattern of 2475.
Yeah, the 2475 split.
It just looks like it goes like this on the map here.
Hold up. Let me point of contention there. Why would a Georgia map show that?
Because it's in Georgia.
No, it's not. It's in Tennessee.
No, it's not. It's Tennessee, smartass.
No,
Good
the line
one,
apparently the line is right here. The line is right here. And look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, look at that.
That's because Georgia keeps trying to claim part of Tennessee's border as their own.
Don't laugh.
There's going to be civil war.
That's so we can steal your water.
That's the Mason-Dixon line that you just found.
No, Mason-Dixon is up above Tennessee.
I know. I was making a joke.
That's the Tennessee American Water Company front line. Is what that is.
I do have the official state culinary guide for Georgia. We can pick a place to eat here if you'd like.
Is that better than Zagat?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, it has.
All right.
This one has 8 y'alls out
However,
of 10.
Sagat is a character from Street Fighter. Tiger Style.
And really, it is time for the end of the show.
No, it isn't.
Do dance.
We're a minute and a half out.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But it really isn't.
Yeah. So I just sent Dan the link. Everybody else can leave studio and jump back in on the after show.
We know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Question is, do you know what you're doing?
Hell no, but I'm going to try it anyway.
Well, I think it's time for everybody to say our favorite phrase.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
All right. We'll catch y'all Saturday night, 11 o'clock.
I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand, and touched the face of God.